Now, your top campus stories with Samantha Burnett and Elizabeth Lindahl. Weather with Evan Rosnick, and BNN Blitz with Eli Bennis and Marissa Day. This is Blue Gold News Now.
Good evening, I'm Samantha Burnett.
And I'm Elizabeth Lindahl.
Coming up tonight, a scary sight on UWEC's campus.
Exciting national news coming out of Eau Claire.
And your weekly recap of Blue Gold Sports on BNN Blitz.
But first, a free community clinic sponsored by UWEC. The UWEC Office of Continuing Education hosting their biannual foot and nail care clinic last week. The CE office hosts a foot and nail care certification course that ends with a week of free foot care for the community. The event, hosted at Grace Lutheran Church, has 15 nurses in the program and sees over 100 patients a day. CE also hosts a class called Starting a Foot and Nail Care Business. The class and the clinic will run again in the spring. For more information on the course or other clinic offerings, you can contact the Continuing Education Office.
The Foster Art Gallery in Haas has welcomed another art collection. The Arnold Collection, a gift to UWEC 1966 to 1971, includes 20th century paintings, drawings, and collages by U.S. artists and Ashanti gold weights from West Africa, all donated by Emil J. Arnold. This collection was curated by UWEC students in the Methodologies of Art History course in the spring of 2025, along with students Reagan Phillips, Emma Weigel, and faculty member Dr. Karen O'Day. This collection is available until November 12th. The Foster Art Gallery is open all week with Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4:30 p.m., and additional hours on Thursday evenings. This gallery is also free to attend.
Around 9:30 a.m. on October 23rd, sirens erupted from Schneider Hall as students rushed out of the building and smoke followed not far behind.
BNN reporter Olivia Felix has more on the story.
That's right, Sam and Elizabeth. Schneider Hall fell victim to an electrical fire on the first floor of the building last Thursday. According to a press release from the Eau Claire Fire Department, 4 trucks, 2 command vehicles, and 16 personnel responded to the incident on campus. The fire department was able to quickly locate the fire and extinguish it, while UWEC maintenance shut down power to Schneider Hall and the Flesch Family Welcome Center. According to Eau Claire Fire and Rescue, the fire was started from an electrical equipment and no one was hurt in the incident. I spoke with Audrey, the student who was trapped in the elevator when the fire broke out, and she explained how long she was trapped for and how she was eventually rescued.
About 25 minutes after being in the elevator, 2 policemen pulled me out, and they were a bit above my head since I was between floors. So they each reached down and grabbed my arms and pulled me out. And that was when I realized how serious the situation had been, and I understood that there was actually a fire, and they told me what had happened.
We are all so glad that Audrey is okay. Classes that were in Schneider Hall have been relocated to different buildings for the time being, and Schneider Hall will remain closed until at least December 1st. If you have any questions about temporary class relocations, please contact your professor. For BNN, I'm Olivia Felix. Back to you, Sam and Elizabeth.
Thanks, Olivia. The 2025 Chippewa Valley Book Festival has come to a close. 10 authors met with community members speaking about their books. Readers of every genre could find something at the festival. Authors from cookbooks to memoirs about motherhood to books about historical events were speaking. There are 15 events to choose from, including author talks, meals, and discussions about various book events coming up in the Chippewa Valley. Organizers are now asking for input for next year's event.
2 Eau Claire filmmakers, BJ Hollers and Steve Dayton, won an Upper Midwest Regional Emmy Award for their documentary, When Rubber Hits the Road, about the closure of the Uniroyal Tire Factory in Eau Claire. According to WQOW, the documentary features interviews with several people who worked at Uniroyal, including information on their time in the factory and what struggles they faced from the closure. The film also looks into how Eau Claire has rebuilt since the closure and what is now Banbury Place. You can watch the film on PBS Wisconsin or on Amazon Prime Video.
Earlier this week, Sesame Street came to the Sonotech Center. Elmo and Friends Say Hi drew families to sing iconic Sesame Street songs and interact with fan favorites Elmo, Big Bird, Grover, Abby Cadabby, and their friends to come spend the evening with the community. With songs like C is for Cookie, The Letter of the Day, and of course Sunny Day, The Sonotag was filled with singing and laughter. Families spent the evening playing a game of hide and seek with Elmo and his friends as they searched for Tango, Elmo's dog. Coming up next with the Sonotag is Lindsay Sterling on December 22nd. Well, this week we take a look at Parents Weekend and how it brought hundreds of families to campus.
BNN reporter Preston Whitford has more on the story.
Thanks, Sam and Elizabeth. This past weekend, UW-Eau Claire hosted its annual Parents Weekend, an event that gives families a chance to experience campus life alongside their students. Families kicked off the weekend with outdoor activities like a scenic hike near the Putnam Trail. Later in the evening, many made their way to the Dueling Pianos event in Davies Center. Long lines formed as students and their families waited to get a spot for the show. Event staff handed out popcorn and refreshments as guests filed in. Once inside, performers took the stage and filled the room with live music and energy. At the same time, a jazz band performance gave families another way to enjoy the evening. The weekend also included games like bingo, drawing crowds of parents and students. With big smiles from winners and lots of laughter, organizers say this year's turnout was one of the largest yet.
I think we had about 760 families register for Family Weekend. That doesn't include families that were more than welcome just to show up and not have to register. So we had a lot of people on campus in Eau Claire this last weekend.
Weekend wrapped up Sunday afternoon, giving families a chance to experience life on campus together. I'm BNN reporter Preston Whitford. Back to you, Sam and Elizabeth.
Thanks, Preston. BNN will be right back after this break.
Stick around for your weather forecast and an update on Blue Gold Sports on BNN Blitz.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where 10 is?
Field, I got two words for you. Oge and Wemwa and Noah Melcook. Must see TV.
That's way more than two words.
All right, I got two words for you.
Oh dear.
And Wemwa and Melcook.
Thank you, Sam and Elizabeth. Good evening. I'm future forecaster Evan Rosnick with your weather report tonight. It's been pretty nice outside recently, relatively for fall. We're still feeling the fall temperatures while maintaining somewhat of a warm temperature. Today we had an average of 54 degrees, a high of 56 degrees, and a low of 29 degrees, which that is not actually a typo like I thought last week. The week will start off a little bit cooler, but it will get colder over the weekend. On Thursday, it'll be cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 34. Friday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 36. Monday will be partly cloudy with Saturday. Saturday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 32. Sunday will be also mostly cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 39. Monday will be sunny with a high of 58 and a low of 34. Tuesday will be also partly cloudy with a high of 56 and a low of 34. And Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 54 and a low of 34. So we don't have a new map again today. Whoopsie. I don't know. I had a new map planned. We were going to add some more locations here, but we're just going to roll with this. So the Chippewa Valley area is sitting around 43 degrees, specifically Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire. Menominee is 44 and Bloomer is 42, which averages to 43, which is pretty awesome. Lake City and Red Wing, Minnesota are sitting around 45, 44 degrees. So is Oak Grove. River Falls and Stillwater are both at 43 degrees. And then Andover and Brooklyn Park are at 45 degrees. Minneapolis is at 47 degrees. Shakopee, and I said it right this time, is at 46 degrees. There's cheering in the control room over there. And Bloomington is at 48 degrees. That's all we had for tonight. Tune in next time to see if I can get better at doing this whole weather thing. With your BNN Future Forecast, I'm Evan Rosnick, now with Marissa and Eli for sports.
Hi, I'm Chancellor Mike. Please don't click the link.
We're data security. Please don't click the link.
Gary will be asking me the questions. All we ask is that you just look at him if you guys are having a conversation. Just try to avoid the cameras. I know they're kind of right there. But yeah, he's asking me a series of questions. We'll go from there. All right.
Welcome to BNN Blitz. I'm Eli Bennis.
And I'm Marissa Day with your weekly recap of Blue Gold sports action. UWEC Wrestling started their season off strong this Saturday at the Yellow Jacket Open hosted by the Rochester Community Technical College. 4 out of the 27 Blue Golds who entered the tournament across 10 different brackets found themselves with podium finishes to start the year. Tristan Dreyer led the charge, going 3-1 on the day after 5 takedowns to finish in second place in the 174 bracket. Freshman Zach McPhee was crowned consolation champion after taking the 184 bracket by storm, tallying 3 pins with a 5-1 record. Finn Bloomquist earned a 4th place finish at 149 after a strong start and several late match rallies, while Ethan Struck went 5-2 at 165, powering through the wrestlebacks with 4 straight bonus point wins to claim consolation runner-up. The Blue Golds will gear up to take on UW Oshkosh and begin WIAC competition next Wednesday, November 12th.
UW Eau Claire men's soccer entered October 30th 9-2-4 on the season and 4-0-1 in conference. Their opponent, UW Stevens Point's record stood at 12-2-3, good for 3rd in the conference. The first half was a tight one as the score was tied at 0 heading into the second half. The Blue Golds had just 1 save on the goal while Stevens Point had 0. In the second half, it was all Ramsey Uro. The senior transfer went for a hat trick, scoring goals in the 47th minute, the 61st minute, and the 85th minute. Uro's hat trick is the last Blue Golds hat trick since Tobias Volkman, who did against UW Whitewater on November 8th in the WIAC Conference semifinals. With the momentum from Uro's historic performance, the Blue Golds were able to shut out the Pointers, earning their 5th conference win. The Blue Golds will next host UW Platteville on Thursday, November 6th for the conference semifinals. The Blue Golds defeated Platteville in the regular season 2-1 on October 17th.
Over the weekend, UW Eau Claire Volleyball traveled to Northfield, Minnesota for their last non-conference regular season matchup against St. Olaf. The Blue Golds took the match with set scores of 25-12, 25-20, 24-26, and 25-17, powered by a .286 hitting percentage and 81 digs on the night. Blue Golds dominated the first 2 sets with strong serving and key runs, then closed out the match in the 4th behind 7 kills from Bailey Leak. Leak finished with 23 kills on a .438 clip, while Abby Stanwood added 17 kills and 14 digs. Alex Keeble posted 45 assists, and Caitlin Erickson led the back row with 22 digs. The Blue Golds moved to 26-2 and 6-0 in WIAC play and will head to UW Oshkosh on November 8th for a winner-takes-all regular season finale.
On Saturday, November 1st, Blue Golds football traveled to Stevens Point to face UW Stevens Point. The Blue Golds entered the game losers of their last 4 games in winless in conference play. Both teams rushed for a touchdown in the first quarter, making the score 7-7 after 1. Eau Claire got out to a 12-7 lead early in the second quarter, but Stevens Point was able to rebound, scoring 2 unanswered touchdowns, making the score 21-12 in favor of the Pointers. After back-and-forth scoring in the third quarter, the score stood at 22-29 Pointers. Down 2 scores, quarterback Aiden Helder found the end zone on the run, bringing the score within 3 at 29-32. Even though the Blue Golds collected over 500 all-purpose yards, they couldn't contain the Pointers' offense, allowing 274 yards on the ground and eventually falling 39-36. The win for the Pointers was their first win versus the Blue Golds since November 2nd of 2019. That's all for the world of Blue Gold sports. I'm Eli Bennis.
And I'm Marissa Day. Back to you, Sam and Elizabeth.
to BNN. Tonight we have a super fun little bonus story for you guys tonight out of Buffalo Academy of Science Charter School in New York.
Yeah, so students and staff there arranged a surprise wedding on school grounds for the principal, Brianna Lanoy. According to ABC, the ceremony involved a student-led wedding procession with 2 representatives for each grade from pre-K to 4th grade, speeches from former students, and dancing. The ceremony held just days before Lanoy's planned wedding. Lanoy said she wanted a wedding that involved her entire school community, but thought it would be near impossible to do. But the assistant principal, Courtney Chaplin, didn't think it was impossible. Lanoy was told that she and Chaplin would be attending another school function, but then she was presented with a veil and her fiance at the end of the aisle.
That is such a cute story. I love that she not only wanted to have her students be a part of her wedding, but then her coworkers made it possible for her.
I think that really speaks a lot about them as a teacher, and the fact that former students wanted to join as well. I believe in the article it actually stated that one former student flew out to the wedding.
My gosh.
So I really think that that speaks of Lanoy as a person, not a person and as a teacher, which is such a great thing for the kids to have, especially at that young age. So it's definitely a really cute event.
Exactly. And I love too how the assistant principal was there in the black shirt with the gold, tie suit looking like accent on it. I think it's just a really fun way to celebrate and bring some light into a, kind of not so nice time these days.
Yeah. It definitely was a fun little event, and I'm glad that they were able to make it happen. And I always think it's kind of funny when you have those sort of events where she thinks she's going to something else. So I feel like that was a really cute way, and I'm sure the kids had so much fun being a part of that.
Oh my gosh, exactly. And I mean, we've both done situations where we've told someone that they're coming to one thing and had to hide it from another, and it's always just, it's honestly it's so fun tricking them into not knowing what they're getting into. And then also seeing their reaction to when it happens. I'm actually currently planning a surprise that involves someone on the show. And hey, Marissa, you're not even paying. Oh, now you look up. I can't wait to see her reaction to it. So.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, well you're in on it too, so it'll be.
I think I heard a little bit about this. Yeah.
Well, that's all that we have for you tonight.
Join us next week for your latest news, updates, and weather.
Make sure to check us out on mytv10.uwec.edu and at UWEC-TV10 on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. I'm Elizabeth Lindahl.
And I'm Samantha Burnett. Thank you and good night.